all worlds will join, where every man is equally under God. Prosperity for all and endless life with pure untainted blood will forever flow. The beginning of mankind and every step taken since are essential elements in this journey. Heaven will be created. This is the power of the living. This is the power of knowledge. In the future, man will be more than man. By God's will, man will find peace and tranquility, but with his approval. Eventually, we will all coexist forever, painless. Today is that journey.
Okay, now we're going to get back into the populist situation. Okay, so the populace is going to operate on, the populace is really the people who are going to be creating America 2.0. They're going to be the ones that's going to benefit the most. They're going to be the ones building it. The people of America 2.0 are pretty much going to, they're not going to be your hardcore Republicans or your hardcore Democrats. They're going to be those people who are kind of in the middle. Because a part of them is Democratic and a part of them is Republican. And they'll switch their votes. Most people are both. Most people have enough sense to understand that what both of parties are saying is right. The problem is, why are y'all fighting? We have to work together to fix the issues. So you got these hardcore Republicans who have a personal vendetta with people who are Democrats. And then you have hardcore Democrats who have a personal vendetta with people who are Republican. So I know I'm never going to get these people's vote. But the people in the middle is what I'm going for, because they are the populists. And I'm just calling it the Populist Party because that's what it is. It's the populists. It's the people. I'm not going for the Democrats or the Republicans, because the Democrats and the Republicans are all elitists who are controlling the public. We just decide, oh, we'll be a Democrat or a Republican based on, how they're manipulating us, really. But the Democrats and the Republicans are the ones who are controlling us. They're making the laws, and they're not trying to help us. Specifically, they're working for the interest of white supremacy. And they're playing that game. The Republicans and the Democrats both have always played right along with white supremacy. They have always been controlled, run, and operated by white supremacists. And they have used this party system to block out any other kind of interest groups from ever starting. And so they are manipulating the public, which is the populace. They're manipulating the populace, the Republicans and the Democrats. And they're doing it for personal gain, for money. It doesn't matter what color they are. They're all working representatives who are working against you for themselves. It's already been proven to be a hypocrisy for any leader to care about the people that are following him. No matter who that person is, they're working and doing things based on their best interest first. And then comes whoever else they can lend a hand to or help. But 9 times out of 10, the people that they help are also going to be the people that are helping him reach his goal. So a president or anybody else or representatives, any representative is not working for you ultimately. It's a hypocrisy. There's no such thing as anybody caring about you. It's all just money. A lawyer doesn't defend you because he likes you. There are lawyers that do that. But 9 out of 10 lawyers, the only reason they're defending you is because of money. And if they're not defending you and they're supposed to be defending you, it's not personal. It's because of money. And representation is not right. It's not right. Because when somebody's representing you, they're controlling you. They're taking They're literally taking your freedom. If somebody is voting for you, they're taking your freedom and they're deciding what they're going to do with it. And really, it doesn't matter if y'all feel the same way. It's still utterly wrong for somebody to take your vote. This is America. There's no such thing as a free citizen who can't vote. However, we have laws in all of these states. In all these states, you have laws that are infringing upon people's rights. And these laws were effective and made effective by Republicans and Democrats working for white supremacy. That is what has happened since this country started. There are laws right now that are violating people's rights. And there are laws out there that are still favoring certain people, which are white supremacists mainly. Some other people, simply because they're white, may slip through. But it's really about the white supremacists protecting their interests and protecting themselves. And they're practicing socialism with all of the resources. They're giving it to their kids. That's socialism. White supremacy have operated on with socialism since the beginning. White people have been giving each other everything and excluding the others, which are us, minorities, things of that nature. And right now, today, even still, the Republican and the Democrat Party are both white supremacists. Both of these operations are white supremacist organizations. This is the reason why Hillary Clinton got caught up saying, calling black people super predators. I mean, but this was the mindset of all the white people back in those times. To become president back in those times, it was all about being tough on crime. Basically, it was a racial thing about being tough on black people, locking them up. I mean, that's what it was about. I mean, it's a racial thing. It's like these black people are doing this, they're getting on drugs and they're doing that. So we got to lock them up. And so if you promise that, you would get elected. I mean, that's the reason why the Clintons locked up a lot of people, because they had to make that promise in order to get in the White House. And he did it as a Democrat. And that just goes to show you that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what arm of the government you're talking about. They're all under the influence of white supremacy. And that's part of the reason why you won't see very many black or minority politicians, because they're actually not even allowed to play. But that goes unsaid. So I'm not supposed to become the president. That's why I cannot win. I cannot win. That's the reason why I've elected to take over the United States. This is my hostile takeover. I'm going to give you $1 million when I get in the White House. And therefore, I'm going to get your vote. And once I take the populist vote, I'm going to use my leverage and the people, and we're going to get the law changed, effective, immediately, so that I can be put in the White House. That is possible for us to do that. It's a very tiny, slim chance, shot in the dark, never will happen. But that's the way it has to happen. The people in the United States have power, even based on the Constitution. Because wherever the states don't take up a law, and wherever the power wasn't given to the government, and the states are not assuming it, then the people can assume those rights. That means we the people have the right to do things. All we got to do is create our voice. Now that voice is a control factor in the government. It says it in the Constitution. We have a voice. That voice is power. Your vote is power. But it's being robbed of you right now. It's being robbed of you. Whatever you vote for, it doesn't even matter. But you always go out and vote because every vote counts, is what they tell you. But really, does every vote count? No. When it comes to the president, it's only 563 votes that count. The rest of them is just, at this point, the rest of the votes are just a possibility. That's a suggestion. Say, okay, this is who we want. But the 563 people are going to make a decision on who they want. So that's not us making a decision. That's not our votes doing anything. That's us voting to give them an indication of what they should do, but they have the power to do what they want to do. So it's not us. It's not our power. We are powerless when it comes to the president. The president is selected by white supremacist organization. And you have to pay them before they'll let you in. Obama signed off on a $700 billion ordeal for a bunch of rich white men. And that's all the people who got it were rich white men. We didn't black people, everyday, people didn't receive none of that money. I mean, we're talking $1 billion. I mean, we're talking about almost $1 trillion. Before Obama even got in office, $1 trillion. $750 billion. And who got that money? Who got that money? Think about it. Now Trump's in office. He's giving out $2 trillion in his first year. And who got that money? Who got that money? I mean, money is disappearing everywhere. So the situation is like this. It's looking like America gonna have to get bankrupt. America gonna have to go down the tubes. And everything is gonna have to give up. America is going to go in debts to itself, is what's gonna happen. The old America is going to implode and become we're going to take the resources and push it to America 2.0, and we're going to make a more perfect union. That's what time it is. We finna make a way more perfect union. But see, we got to make sure the people are in control and the people remain powerful. The founding fathers had the right idea. They did. They had the right idea. Because to give somebody a lot of power and then give it to somebody else and then give it to somebody else. Okay, wait a minute. You're going through a bunch of dudes. Some of them going to be good and some of them going to be bad. Some of them going to be smart and some of them going to be stupid. There's too many variations. When you balancing everything on just one man? No. We can't balance an entire society on one man. One man ain't even good enough to do nothing, right? I mean, it takes more than one man to screw in a light bulb. Because you got to hook up the Wi-Fi and everything. I'm serious. One man is not good enough. for anything. If you make a system that is powered off of all the people working together, then they're automatically going to do what's right for all of them. If no one man can manipulate, then we're all equal. So, you're all just doing what you got to do. Now, who's running for president? Who cares? Who cares? I mean, I got everything made. Everything's on point. I mean, we're not in deep trouble. I mean, the president ain't nothing but like a figurehead. Who cares? I mean, we're all doing our thing. Who wants to be the president? We'll go run for president then. You know what I mean? No, take pictures and hang out and stuff like that, because that's pretty much all you're going to do. Because the people is doing everything. The people are in control. That's the type of system that we need. We need a system that keeps everybody in control, that gives everybody control. Because if everybody is in control, then, I mean, you could take your life in your own hands then. And it's like, okay, look, that is real freedom. As much as we can give it to you, that's freedom. You know, you got the power to vote. You got the power to understand and see what's going on and do something about it. You got the power to make money. You got the power to receive money. I mean, all kind of stuff. We organize the situation for you, for all of us, because all of us together are going to always work in unison. We're working in unison right now. Like the founding fathers, and then the white supremacists and elitists of our societies today, they think that we don't have the capacity to think for ourselves. And then they use these videos of people who really are just expressing themselves, like, look at this ridiculous black person, and then they make a spectacle out of that. And then it's like a message. It's like, okay, look, these people, you don't want them making decisions for you. It's like, of course not. I would definitely wouldn't want you making decisions for me either. I don't want nobody making decisions for me. I need to be able to make decisions for myself, and you need to be able to make decisions for yourself. You shouldn't be under the gun. It shouldn't be like, oh, I got to vote Republican because blah, blah, blah. Oh, I got to vote this because blah, blah, blah. No. Like, Republicans are voting Republican because of the money. They're going for the money. Democrats are voting Democrat because that's the money for them. You know, they can make money off tax breaks. The only way they're going to make money is through handouts. So it's like every time you play it, it's like it's not working out. But look, okay, everybody wants money, right? So let's give everybody some money. This party is really, it's about me bringing together the people and giving them the right to control the United States. I'm talking about turning control over to the United States to the people. The people, everyday people just like you, United States citizens. I'm trying to set right what representative government, because we're at that representative government made sense at one point in our development, but nowadays it doesn't make sense in this point in our development. Today, we have surpassed the point of representative government, because representative government first, it was an ethical thing that made sense because we didn't have all this technology and things we got today. I mean, representative government kind of started because of American, like, businessmen had to send representatives over to Britain to talk to them and get an understanding with the taxes and stuff like that and all the laws and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like you had to send grievances over there. You had to have representation in Britain. You know what I mean? And that person had to go over there and then come all the way back, relaying messages. I mean, government, as you can see back then, was slow and mundane. Okay? Just everything was slow and mundane. I mean, it took like 6 months to get a message. Okay, but nowadays, it's instantaneous. No matter where you are in the world, you get the message. No problem. I mean, we're doing video, audio, high definition messages. I mean, we even sending messages and receiving them in space. I mean, we are on a whole nother level now. Representative government is not needed, because now I can send the message back and forth what I feel, what I'm saying, what I'm thinking. I don't need somebody to go to Britain to represent me because I can't go over there and do it myself. I don't need somebody to represent me because I can do it myself. I can negotiate everything I need to negotiate myself. I don't need you to represent me. I don't. You're not going to represent me anyway. Not to the level that I will, because you don't care nothing about me. You don't. I mean, you might like me. You might think I'm cool, but you're a self-pleasing robot, just like me. So it's better that I represent myself because I'm going to do it right. I'm going to play this the way I need to play it. The way I feel I need to play it. And that's the right way for me. So who's going to be our president? Hillary or Donald Trump? I have a right to say whichever one I want to win. And whoever wins should only be based on what we all thinking we want. Because this is our country. It don't belong to white supremacists or the Republicans or the Democrats the way they're telling us it is. Because right now, that's what they're doing. They're telling us they own us and they own our country. No, they don't. If we don't seize the power, then yeah, they do. And the Constitution has given us the right to seize power in the United States. So that's what I'm representing. I'm representing seizing the United States for the people, in the name of the people, in the name of the populace. That's what I'm setting out to do. When I take over the White House, I'm doing it for the people, for you. I'm representing a change. I'm going to make a change. The change that we are trying to make, the change that we're going with. Now, I'm dictating most of this change because it's based on my vision. It's based on what I envision, the changes that I think that needs to be visioned that are on a top level changes. But with my change comes your ability to make a change as well. With my change, you are given the power. The change that I'm trying to affect is the populace are given the power of the United States. The Constitution states that that any laws or powers that are not delegated to the government, the federal government, or the states, it goes back to the people. So we the people, which is the first words in the Constitution, oddly. These are the first words in the Constitution. And that represents us making the power that we have. Those are the biggest words in the Constitution. We the people. Because we the people, that right there says a lot. That says that's where all the power is. We have the power. We have the power. Not he or them. No, we. We got the power. So we got to harness that. We voted for Hillary to be president and they put Donald Trump in the White House because it was their discretion. That has to change. It doesn't matter about who's right or wrong for president. Anybody will do. Look at me. Even I will do. Because we're equal in reality. And none of this is operating off one man's idea. And it's a failsafe. Because we're all working independently, no one person can destroy all this situation. It's not going to happen. But you can change it. And that's what I'm going to do. With the powers invested in me, I'm going to arrest the United States government. I'm going to put it under arrest. Because when you commit a crime, right? They arrest you first. Well, I am holding the highest office in the United States. I am the highest office. So I am an officer and I have the right to arrest the United States government for violating the rights of the people. Now, that's what I'm going to do. The moment I step into the White House, I'm going to put the United States government under arrest. Then I'm going to try it for 50 trillion, because that's what I need to produce and create America 2.0. $50 trillion. And it's only going to take 2 years to pull it off. The system is going to continue to be upgrading after probably till eternity. But the very beginning starting stages, it's only going to take 2 years. It'll take a year to get Facebook government up and online. It'll take a year. It'll take 5 years for it to be at its max potential. But it'll be up and going and operating in 1 year. But the system itself is going to grow with us. The system itself is going to grow with us and change the way the Constitution was supposed to change. But the Constitution is also going to have to be rewritten in this change. In this evolutionary change, the Constitution has to be rewritten. And the Constitution, because the Constitution is going to have the job of protecting everybody's rights. Everybody's rights. Not just rich white people or politicians and elitists, but no, everybody's rights will be protected by the Constitution. The Constitution will not allow you to violate somebody's constitutional rights. It won't even allow you. And the moment that you do, you're penalized, and they're given leniency automatically, or the charges are dropped, or whatever is fair. So that means the judge, the prosecutor, and the defense attorney, they all have to obey by the actual law. Instead of trying to interpret it their way and swing it this way and then make excuses for some people and then let other people go, they're not going to be able to do that anymore.